So in general, the required documents for land or sea and air are the delivery order, the bill of lading, the original invoice, original certificate of origin, a packing list, manifest, and import permit. Now, for the checking and inspection, the terms and conditions, the goods shall be inspected and examined to verify mostly the security of ropes, rings, and customs seals in case of transit under bond, serial numbers, addresses, and package markings, the origin of the goods, the items, what are their quantities, their weights, their numbers and sizes, the compliance with restriction and prohibition requirements, the value of the goods, and finally, the classification, obviously according to the customs and how they classify the goods. Now for the classification and customs tariff, traded products are classified based on the harmonized system, which is an internationally standardized system developed and maintained by World Customs Organization. The HS is organized according to scientific and technical principles containing primary and secondary clauses, giving each commodity a specific code called a harmonized system code. Customs tariff tables contain names of goods and categories of custom duties levied thereon, which with notes on types and items of goods. Now, for the valuation of for custom purposes, it is essential to declare the value of the goods, because if you do not do this, your goods may be overpriced, and you might actually end up paying additional tariffs and duties, custom duties. So for distinguishing values, the following might be required: the detailed original invoice under which the goods have been purchased, proof of the value of goods, relevant documents, contracts, and correspondence, and finally, an Arabic translation of the invoice. So what is the origin as per the common GCC customs law? Origin is the country where the goods had been produced, whether these goods were natural resources, vegetable products, animal products, or industrial products. The WTO, which is the World Trade Organization, agreements, so the WTO agreements define rules of origin as the laws, bylaws, and administrative decisions of general application among member states of WTO used to determine the country of origin of the goods. Finally, for the prohibited and restricted goods, the prohibited goods are any goods, the import or export of which is prohibited by the UAE under the provisions of the GCC Common Customs Law or any other laws. The restricted goods are actually goods, the import or export of which is restricted under the provisions of the GCC Common Customs Law or any other law. Now, whenever you are exporting, you have to be aware of the potential risks that are related to the country status. So country status, it means from a political perspective, stable or unstable, from an economical perspective, does it have a good economic growth or a bad economical growth, etc. The credit and the finance, the foreign currency and exchange rate, transportation and logistics, and finally, any administrative risks that might occur during the export operation. This is a case study about the UAE becoming a key fish exporter to Saudi. It has emerged as the major fish exporter to Saudi Arabia, as the Gulf Kingdom remains heavily reliant on seafood imports due to a rapid growth in consumption and a lack of investment. So Saudi Arabia imported nearly 175,000 tons of fish worth around 1.38 billion Saudi riyal in 2012, compared with 162,000 tons in 2011. And the demand is going to rise and to obviously soar to an all-time high of around 286,000 tons in 2025 because of the steady population growth, and as we said before, because of consumption and the lack of investment. Now also, we will take a look at the Khalifa port and how they are enhancing their trade volume. The Abu Dhabi Ports Company, the master developer of ports and industrial zones, has signed an MOU, a Memorandum of Understanding, with MECO, a leading freight contracting company in the UAE and a logistics service provider for more than 30 years. So this MOU will allow MECO to provide road freight services for container cargo for pickup from and delivery to Khalifa Port to and from any location in the city of Abu Dhabi, including Musaf. Some final thoughts I would like to leave you with tonight. Free trade is not based on utility, but it is based on justice. This was said by Edmund Burke.